What's going on, everybody? The hair here once again with your favorite MMA investing slash fucking expert slash Italian slash whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
Joe, how you
that's
doing, my friend?
good, my man. Good, my man. Good to be back for sure. I love
Good,
breaking
good.
down these stuff with you. So this is a good one too. So this will be fun.
Super good. UFC Vegas 29, end of the month. Very excited for it. This is honestly one of my favorite heavyweight fights that I've been looking forward to. This is super awesome. Serial Gane's been on a tear, super tear against Alexander Volkov, the fucking tower himself. Killer though, super killer. Um, oh man, this one gives me goosebumps. Like, when the heavyweights fight, you get just that extra, tingling in your spine. This is it right here, man. This is gonna be this is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, just at any second, the fight could be over in heavyweight fights for sure. So
Yeah.
if anyone's going the whole fight.
I keep going back and forth. I say, Gane's been on such a tear, but dude, Volkov hits heavy too, bro. He hits so fucking heavy. Um, how do you see this fight going, dude?
Oh dude, yeah, this is such a freaking high level and such an awesome fight, dude. Like I don't know if he could be a better put together heavyweight fight right now, other than like Gane and somebody else, obviously.
Great
This,
summer fight.
yeah, exactly. This is the
Yeah.
next best thing in the heavyweight division for sure. And there's a lot of talks of Cyril Gane or Gane, however you say it,
Yeah.
being a champion, dude. And looking at the guy, the way he looks, the way he fights, the way he moves, you can see why. Obviously, the guy's super well rounded. He moves like a lightweight, hits like a heavyweight, super technical. Like you don't see that kind of technical striking from a guy that size. You don't see a guy move. He's huge. He's like what 6'4", and he's massive, built like a rock.
He's
And
thick with two C's, bro. He's very, very thick.
he's a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he moves like it's crazy how he moves. He's so in his feet and he switches stances. Like you don't see that heavyweight, man. He's for sure an anomaly at that division. Um, breaking this one down though, Volkov has looked better than ever as well.
Beast, bro.
Huh?
Beast.
Beast,
Yeah.
100%. And he's ever since he put on that muscle, man. He put on like I think he said like 20 pounds of muscle or something like that. Ever since then, he's looked even better. He's always been a phenomenal striker, but he was like a little. He's a small dude up. He's 6'6". He's huge, but
He's a
like
tower, bro. He's
tower.
fucking huge. Yeah.
That's the thing. Guys were able to get in on his legs and take him down a little bit. But he put on that extra 20 pounds of muscle, dude, and it's really paying dividends for him. Like the way he's able to sell on his punches now and hurt guys and set the takedowns and just the physicality of him. It's really doing well for him for sure. Breaking this one down. I'm with you, man. I keep going back and forth for sure, 100%. Like this is such a tough one to break down. The kind of way I keep leaning though is the Volkov side, and the reason being is this is by far the biggest step up in competition for Srogan. And I think Volkov's peaking at exactly. Like he fought Dos Santos last time. Dos Santos is a shell of himself. That's not even comparable to Volkov right now. Volkov looks like he's leveled up for sure. And just stylistically, I think it's a very tough matchup. I think Volkov, technically speaking, is probably the best striker at heavyweight. Obviously, Ngannou, like with that ungodly power, I guess, lays claim to that. But I mean, like we're talking like technical striking skills. I think Volkov's the best striker in heavyweight right now. And with the extra 20 pounds of muscle, you can clearly see it in his fighting style and obviously his physical size. I think Volkov's going to give Srogan some problems. Could Srogan win that fight? 110%. Like, let's be honest. If he could be moving around, he could take down Volkov. He could outstrike him. Srogan's a favorite for a reason. I just lean to the side of Volkov. I see Volkov being able to stuff any of the takedowns. I think Cyril Gane's having a tough time taking him down. And then I just see that fight playing out in the feet a lot of the time. And I just kind of see Volkov landing the better shots on the feet. I think Cyril Gane, the one knock on him, he doesn't really have much pop. Like for such a big dude, it's such a good striker, he doesn't knock really anybody out. Like he doesn't have like a lot of pop in his punches as Volkov does.
Yeah.
When Volkov wants to sit down on those punches, man, he can hurt you. And I think he's going to hurt Cyril Gane. I think he's going to put him down. I see if I had to put a round on it and a prediction, I see a round 3 knockout. To be honest with you, through TKO from Volkov, man, I think Volkov just hitting that peak right now at the perfect time. That doesn't mean Cyril Gane still can't be the champion in the near future. I think it's just going to be a learning experience for him. I just think Volkov's is at his peak right now, at the best he's ever going to be. And I think Cyril Gane is running into him at that wrong time. So I'm going to go with Volkov in this one, man. I just think it's going to, like I said, play on the feet. Volkov's going to get the better of the exchanges and eventually find that shot that puts him down. So that's my pick.
Yeah, and you made a lot of good points, dude. Now you said the peak of Volkov. I agree on that aspect. Volkov is definitely in his prime right now. Gane is not. Gane's not in his prime, but he's going to be very dangerous in the next 2-3 years. I think super dangerous. I think in the next 1.5, 2 years, I think that dude's gonna hit this elite level. He's not at that right now, though. You know what I mean?
No, he's still young in the game.
Yeah, he's very young in it. Like you said, the pop thing too does worry me. I think if he wins this fight, it has to be in the first or second round. If it goes longer than that, I think Volkov is just he's a little quicker. You know what I mean? He's bigger, obviously, and the experience will take over too with him being in his prime. But if even though Gane doesn't have that, he hasn't had those knockout powerness in his last fights. Doesn't mean he won't have it in this fight. Just I don't see it happening to Volkov right now. That dude looks like he's ready. He looks like he's eyeing a title fight right away.
You exactly. I mean? That's what I was kind of hitting at. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready for the title. Gane does not look like he's ready for the title right now, but he will be, though. I think that guy will be in about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I just think that division is going to be run by Ngannou, Volkov, and Gane for a while. There's going to be a good period of time where those three guys are going to be the top three consensus hands down. And I think already consensus hands down, those three are the best heavyweights in the world right now. I know Derek Lewis is fighting for the title, but let's be honest, Volkov was destroying Lewis until he landed that lucky shot at the very end of the fight. Volkov beat 9 out of 10 times. Gane will beat Lewis 9 out of 10 times, barring that fluky knockout. It might not be a fluke because Derek Lewis tends to do that in a lot of his fights where he's getting the shit kicked out of him and he finds that shot. So who knows?
Derek Lewis reminds me of you ever seen that Simpsons episode where Homer lets the boxers beat him up until they're tired and then he just throws one punch and
that's what it's like, dude.
That's what he is, bro. Right? Yeah.
He carries that power all the way through the fights too. Like you think for a huge guy, he'd get tired. He does get tired, but the thing is, he just carries that pop through the whole fight. Like you just can't take a second off in that fight. You can't get comfortable at all. He's gonna find that button.
Yeah,
it's happened multiple times. So
for sure, and I do like seeing this new blood in the heavyweight division because for a long time, like you mentioned it, Dos Santos been punch drunk for 4 years already. Cain Velasquez was up there too. Obviously, that went downhill big time too. The new, and then even you can even throw Stipe in there, and I love Stipe, but I don't think he'll ever be champ again. You know what I mean?
I think Volkov beats Stipe right now. I think Gane could beat Stipe for sure.
And then
obviously Gane beat him.
Yeah, and then when DC retired, you know what I mean? So we have this new influx of heavyweights that I love to see it. You know what I mean? This the Ngannous, the Ganes, the Volkovs. You know what I mean? The heavyweight division is in good hands. They're going to be the next step for sure. I definitely agree. This is right now. It's Volkov's time, and Gane's time is coming. Right now, I think Volkov is ready. Once he wins this fight, he'll. I think he can fight Ngannou, and that might be a real interesting fight. Volkov and Ngannou.
That's a really, really, really interesting fight.
Yeah.
I think I bet if I was a betting man, I think Volkov's gonna get written off a little bit in that one, dude. And I think people are thinking Ngannou is just gonna walk right through him because of what Derek Lewis did. But like I said, that was a little fluky.
Yeah.
And I think Volkov learned from that, but he can't take his eyes off the game for a second, especially with Ngannou. And I could definitely see Volkov strike from Ngannou. Ngannou obviously has the difference maker that takes one shot to change that whole fight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Volkov is going to beat Ngannou. I'm not saying that by any means, but I'm just saying he definitely could. He has the skills to do it. I disagree with you, man. I just think it's Volkov's time right now. I think everything's peaking at the right time. I think everything's coming together at the right time, and I just see him being just a little bit better than Cyril Gane tonight.
No, this is his run right now. This is his championship run for sure.
Time, man.
Yeah.
This time. This is gonna be a learning experience for Gane. He's gonna come back stronger.
I don't even know if Gane will get knocked out. He might lose by decision or TKO or whatever, but I don't think he'll get dominated. But yeah, he'll be coming in a few years. But for sure, Volkov, I think he's eyeing the title right now. He's eyeing the super fight with Ngannou. He's eyeing that right now. I think he's ready. He's definitely ready.
So you got Volkov too?
I got Volkov too, yeah.
Okay, yeah.